Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a Big Dog Alpha MP. It's a 54-inch cut, zero-turn lawnmower. The reason it's in here is when the hydros and stuff get hot, it's like the hydros are getting like a little bit sluggish, it seems like. I tried it out outside when they brought it in yesterday and everything got hot. When you go forward like really fast, it just kind of like just barely chugs along. Then it finally gets up to speed. So we're gonna change the transmission filter, see if that helps it out. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay, I got it jacked up like this so I can get a better camera shot at the hydro filters. And as you can see, there's a protective cover. Oh, here's there's a filter right here, and there's one on the other side. These are HydroGear transmissions. I like HydroGear. They're a pretty good transmission company. We're going to take that protective cover off the filter. We're going to clean it around that filter really good. And protectors are good for not letting stuff puncture the filters, but it's a good place to hold grass and dirt and everything. So before we unscrew the filter, we have to clean it off really, really good because you definitely don't want no dirt or any contaminants inside the transmission. So we'll take our time, do it step by step. And you need a 10 millimeter to take that protective housing off. There's three or four 10 millimeter bolts hold it on there. Then we're going to clean it really good before we loosen that filter. Okay, let's pop that protective cover off. Then have a floor pan ready too, because I have it kind of outside, but it's still going to leak a little bit of oil when we loosen that up. See how short I mean. See how full of stuff that is? So where the filter goes in, you have to clean that really good. So I'm going to blow it out. And we'll put our drain pan under here. Okay, I'm going to grab a new filter. Okay, we're going to go and put the new one on. I put a little oil on the seal and everything. And when we fill them up, there's actually a reservoir under the seat that we're going to put the new fluid in. And this is a HydroGear transmission, so you can just buy these filters off eBay or Amazon. Just make sure they're for HydroGear. And we'll go ahead and put our protective cover on. Okay, then I'm going to put this tire back on and go ahead and jack up the other side. And the belt, I checked the belt. The belt's nice and tight and it's not wore out. That's the first thing I thought of when it was getting kind of sluggish, but the belt that runs both hydros is good. It's nice and tight. Idler pulley spins and everything. So it's not the belt. And the fluid looks nice, and the fluid looks nice and clean. It don't look burnt or anything. So I might take a hacksaw and cut that old filter open and see if there's aluminum flakes in there or something. But we'll do the when you think your transmission might be going bad or something, I'd do the filter before I replace the hydro, because they're anywhere from like $400 to $600. So I'd try the filters before I'd replace the hydros. So I'll go ahead and put this tire on and we'll do the other side. As you can see, I repeated the same process here. There ain't no room on this side here. As you can see, I'm right against the wall here. Cover back on. Okay, I'll get that tire put on and put some oil in the reservoir. Okay, now we're going to fill that reservoir up. I just ordered the HydroGear oil right from the company. It came in a 5-gallon bucket, so I just use this here. But I think it's like about a 1540. Well, I'm not sure. Each transmission company is a little bit different. But there's a line on the side that says for max fill. You don't want it to fill all the way up because when the oil gets hot, it expands. Well, we lost a little bit of oil too, though, so we got 3/4 full. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple hours. So you don't want to start up with low oil in the transmissions. That's not good. I'll just let it gravity feed into the transmissions for a couple hours. I'll recheck that. And we'll start up and run it back and forth, see if it improves or not. Be back in a couple hours. Okay, it's actually the next day. I thought it'd only take a couple hours, but throughout the evening and the night, I kept on pouring fluid in the reservoir. And each hydro takes roughly about 2 quarts. Anyways, I put 4 quarts in altogether. So what we want to do now before we start going out and driving it, there's these relief pins on the back of these transmissions, so when it don't run, you can roll it around. We want to pull both of them out so it's in roll mode. And I'm going to start it up. I have to sit on the seat. I'm going to start it up and go forwards. I'll show you what I'm going to do because you probably ain't going to hear me when the motor is running. But I'm going to sit on the start up, get on the seat, and then go forwards, backwards, like 2 seconds each, about 5 times. And then what it's doing is it's getting all the air bubbles and all the air out of the system. Then once it's at 5 times, I'm going to get off. I'm going to push them 2 pins back in and do it 5 more times each. And you want to make sure you don't hear no whining or something like that in the hydros. And when we get that done, I'll check the fluid again. And on there's a line that says cold. It's like 1/3 up. You don't want the fluid over that 1/3 from the bottom because, like I said earlier, when the fluid gets hot, it likes to expand and it'll make a mess all over the place. Then if you have trouble filling these hydros up with the reservoir, there's an air valve bolt on the top of the transmissions on the inside, kind of where the PTO clutch is, on that side there towards the top. You can loosen them up. They're air bleeders. Loosen them up or take them off and fill it up till fluid starts running out. That's like a more quicker way, but I like doing it slow because I don't like air bubbles in the system. But either way, both ways are fine, but you just got to make sure there's no air in the system. So I'll go ahead and get on it, start up, then I'm going to go take it outside. I'll probably go mow. There's really nothing to mow besides leaves outside, but mow for like about a half hour, get everything good and hot, and then bring it back in, let it sit overnight, then recheck the reservoir. And you want it, there's a cold line. It's like 1/3 up from the bottom. If you don't have that line, just don't fill it up more than 1/3. So 5 times forward and 5 times back, like 2 seconds each. I don't hear any whining, so that's a good sign. But there's no pressure in there, so the tires ain't going to be moving. Yeah, push them relief valves back in. Now the tires should spin now when I get back on it. And there's no whining, so that's good. You don't want no whining in there. Okay, now I'm gonna take it off the jack. I'm gonna take it outside and buzz around for a while. I'll probably run it around for like about 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna bring it back in, just let it sit overnight, let everything cool down. Then I recheck the reservoir tomorrow and it'll be ready to go. Okay, took it off the jack and try it out under a load here. Just by buzzing around the eyelets, working much better. It has dampers. There's shocks on these so you don't get whiplash when you go forwards or backwards, but the response is so much better. Anyways, hope this video helps you out. And these are HydroGears, and I'm pretty much the same way as pretty much for all of them how to do it, but in your owner's manual, it'll tell you how to do it too. But I hope this video helped you out. Appreciate you watching. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please subscribe. Anyway, you guys have a good afternoon.